Hey, what's up everybody? It's Sage. What is up? Today's video I want to talk about the unfair guild war bracketing system that IGG has in place for us all, and how some guilds have been using this flawed system to their advantage to win guild wars every week and screw over anyone who's placed in the bracket with them. This form of cheating in guild wars is causing a ripple effect that is affecting every guild in the game. And most players have no idea that it's even going on, even though it's happening right under their noses. So hopefully we all collectively as a community can raise awareness to this issue, bring it up to the attention of IGG, and maybe they can make some fixes in the next update. Now, as it is now, your guild war bracket is determined by your previous performance in the last guild war, and also by the total amount of might that you have at server reset right before guild war starts. To simplify things, guild wars is like riding a roller coaster. One week you're number one, the second week you're number five. That's because if you place fourth or fifth, IGG will take you out of your might bracket and put you in a much less might bracket to ensure that you do better the next guild war. But on the flip side of that, if you place first or second, then for the next guild war, IGG will put you in a might bracket where you have much less might than the other competitors. Third place is a kind of gray area. If you place third, then the following week you're going to be going against guilds that have similar might as yours. But that's the only one that's kind of a gray area. Now, because Guild Wars is based on points, the more points you get, you win. And because the points are based on the might that you have, the more might you have, the more points you get, the more you're going to win. You can pretty much mathematically calculate what your ranking is going to be in the next Guild Wars. If I rank second place this week, I know that next week I'm going to go against guilds that have more might than mine. I'm not going to beat those guilds even if I have 100% participation, because mathematically I won't score as many points as them. So based on the rank you had in the previous guild war and the total might of your guild, you can pretty much predict the outcome of the next guild war. You can kind of predict where you're going to fall. Now I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, but in general, we can say that if you come in first place this week, you're going to be placed against guilds the next week where you're going to probably mathematically come in fifth place because they're going to have more might than you. This might difference could be between 4 million might higher than you or up to 9 million might higher than you. But bottom line is you're going to lose the next week. And it repeats itself because after you lose the next week, the following week after that, you're going to be placed in an easier bracket where now you have the advantage in might and you have a better chance of winning. So now we have a basic understanding of how it works. Let's look at the bracketing system from my guild wars from last week. My guild is My Crib, as you guys already know. I think everybody knows what my guild is. But anyway, we came in second place the previous week. Knowing that we came in second place, we pretty much predicted that we were probably going to be fourth place this week because of the bracketing system. Although we were bracketed with people with similar might, we were about the fourth lowest in terms of might amongst the 5 guilds that we played. So the end result was predictable. We came in fourth, no surprise. Mathematically, that was the highest we can come in anyway. Our total might is 14,044,000. Okay, so German Legends, who came in right before us, their total might is 14,250,000. So we barely edged them out, even though, as you look, they only had 1 0. And of course, true to my guild's performance, we have a whole page full of people who didn't play Guild Wars. Even though they had more attacks and everything, we still beat them out because we had more total might. Mathematically, we scored more points than they did because of our might advantage, even though it was small. And according to our predictions leading into this guild war, it all falls in line perfectly, right? We got more might than German Legends. We beat them. We barely beat them because we barely have more might than them. We're only up a little bit. Dutch Knights, who's third place, They have 16 million might as opposed to our 14 million might. Of course, they're third place. We can't score as many points as Dutch Knights. They're going to be third. They're going to beat us. Polski Armenia, who's second place, have 19 million might. So they're already 3 million might more than us. We're not gonna beat them. They're gonna score more points. And as you can see, the point total of theirs is really high. But what happens when we get to the number one guild, Guild VN, number one, they only have 8 million might. 8 million. How did they score 256,000 points? 8 million might. The last place guild, German Legends, had 14 million might and could only get out 180,000 points, even though they only had one dude who didn't play. Yet this guild gets 256,000 points with 8 million might. How is that possible? There's got to be some unethical practices going on with that guild, right? There's got to be some tomfoolery, some bamboozlement, some type of trickery. Something's going on that we have to take notice and look at them a little bit closer. It's like when some dude wins the world record in a 100-meter dash and they check for steroids. Where's the steroids at? How do you have 8 million might and score 256 points and beat out Polska Armenia, one of the biggest guilds in the game? But before I even go through that, before I even expose these guys, let's look at the ripple effect that this has on the other guilds. And this is why this is a very important topic that we need to discuss and share amongst our guild members and also bring up to the attention of IGG immediately because of the ripple effect. Now, my guild and German Legends were placed in this bracket with these cheaters against our will. Our only crime was that we came in first or second in the guild war before this. So because of that, we got placed into this bracket. What do you think happens to the morale of a team when they come in fifth in guild wars? How many people get kicked out every week because of their performance in guild wars? How many high might players can you recruit to replace those people you kicked out because of your performance in the last guild wars? How many new stupid guild war micromanaging rules will now be implemented, forced on the guild mates, making their lives hell because of their performance in the last guild wars? As a result, how many people will quit the game, will leave their guild voluntarily to go to a lesser might guild because of the pressure, or who will guild hop because of the performance of the last guild wars? How many? The ripple effect will go on and on and on and on. And how is it fair to German Legends that my guild, who has notoriously slacked in guild wars since the creation of my guild, with the lowest scores possible, look at all these ones, zero, page full of zeros, we still beat this guild who has 99% participation, better scores than us, hard-working guild. They still get beat out by my lazy guild because of the slight tiny increase in might that we have. How is that fair to German Legends? How is that fair? And what about the other dudes in this bracket? What about Polska Armenia, who they're a good guild? They probably came in fourth or fifth in the last one. This is supposed to be their easy week, so they get placed in the bracket with us. They have more might than everybody else. They should have an easy win. It should be a roller coaster for them. But instead, they come in second. They come out short because they were cheated out of a win by the number one guild this week. Let's look at this guild a little bit closer. So we already know that this is a heavy hitting guild just by looking at the front page. Look at this, Warrior X, 421,000 might. That is crazy. It's one of the best in the game, Warrior X. And look at all these guys. They're all in the threes. A whole page full of threes. 300,000 might. So we already know that this is a lie right here. They don't have 8 million might. I mean, they'll have, just the first page is like 2 million might. So there's 75 of these members. So what happened here? All right, so when we search this guild, we see that they only have 39 members now. So they lost 46 members already. 46 members left the guild right after Guild Wars, and that's the reason why the leaderboard is only showing them as having 8 million might. They were placed in the same bracket as us because when Guild Wars started, they had about 19 million might. In fact, they had more might than anyone else in that bracket, including Polska Armenia. So no matter how hard we played, we couldn't beat Guild VN this week because they had the might advantage. But as soon as Guild Wars ended, they all jumped ship and left, setting up their guild to lose in the next Guild Wars because there's nobody left in it except for the Smurfs and the low level accounts that they have left in it to keep it alive. Of course, this depleted, weak guild now will be crushed in the next Guild Wars because they came in first this place. They're going to be placed in a horrible might bracket. Not to mention they have no members left in this guild to compete. So they will guaranteed come in 5th place next week. Guaranteed. But it's okay because all the high might accounts in this guild already left. Where did they go? Why did they leave this guild? Well, those 46 members simply went to their sister guild, Vietnam 123. And here they are, Vietnam 123, 75 out of 75 members. They are ranked 286, and they came in, no surprise, 4th place in the last Guild Wars. Of course they came in 4th place because 46 of the members were in the other guild that beat us. So of course they came in 4th place, but now they're set up to come in 1st place because they have all their members back. So 46 from Guild VN disappear, and you see the shards of those people. Let's go to the back, and lo and behold, those same, oh, there's Voyager X, remember him? There he is. And so are all the other ones, and you can tell because of their paltry, small shard donations. Of course, they could only do 1 or 2 days of shard donations, so there you have it. They're going back and forth between guilds twice a week. But they always come out on top because now they're set up perfectly for the next week's Guild Wars. Because this guild was ranked 4th, they're going to be placed in a guild bracket where they have the might advantage over the other guilds because of their horrible placement this week. And mathematically, no matter how you slice it, they are going to come in 1st place. Unless they have, of course, a bunch of slackers, which I know that they don't have. They will be 1st place. And then they rinse and repeat. They leave that guild, or this guild, after they become 1st place, they jump ship, and they go back to Guild VN, fill up their ranks once again to 75, rinse and repeat. Now this guild will become 1st place again, and then they'll just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You get the idea. This is due to this very flawed Guild War bracketing system. The only reason why these guys got caught is because their might changed on the leaderboard. The might on the leaderboard changes in real time because at the start, at the server reset, right before Guild Wars start, you get bracketed based on your total might at that time. At that time. So this total might is going to reflect what your might is currently. We noticed it changed from 19 million to 8 million. And that's how they got caught because it's currently 8 million. The only way this could backfire is if next week they come in 1st place, but that won't happen because mathematically they're going to have lower might than all the guilds they're facing because of the stupid bracketing system that IGG has. So even if every member plays and they're going against a bunch of slacker guilds, mathematically they'll still come in last place as long as they're not going against totally dead guilds who don't care. But then if that was the case, they wouldn't be in the same bracket as them. You get what I'm saying? It's foolproof. Now make no mistake about it, this type of cheating is going on all day, in every guild wars. It's just that people aren't aware of it. If you look at your guild wars, just monitor it throughout the week to see what the might change is. And then you'll catch these guys red-handed. Now the guild that I'm discussing in this video, we've already opened up tickets with IGG. Of course, nothing has happened. We've made numerous complaints. We've opened up threads on the official IGG forums, which have been closed, of course. People have commented on Reddit. I urge you all to do the same. It's going to take collectively all of us to complain about this before something may or may not happen. But this is a flaw, and it's affecting all the hardworking, ethical guilds out there, guilds that have integrity and who play within the rules. It's affecting us. It's causing guilds to be destroyed. And these guys, why should they get away with it? Why should they get fame like every week and we're not getting it? What makes them special? What makes them better? I gotta give them props. They're smart. I gotta give them props that they figured out a flaw or a loophole. That's cool. But still, in all, what does that have to do with me and the fame and me trying to upgrade my heroes? I spend thousands of dollars in this game, and I don't get an advantage. I don't get no advantage. Why should he get an advantage? You get what I'm saying? This is not a rant video. I'm starting to rant. If it was a rant video, I'll be smoking a cigar and have a face cam on. But all right, that's this video. Talk about it amongst your guild. Let's expose these guys. Let's keep this going, and then let's see if we make a difference. I think we can. Talk to you guys later. Peace.